We have all been there, haven't we? That feeling that we get when we look in the mirror and wish there was something that we could change about our bodies. It's a struggle that I have known all too well.
It's been kind of a struggle to get this video created about how being part of a CrossFit community changed my life for the better. I'm talking about a guy who didn't like the way he looked growing up. The scrawny kid, the skinny kid, even though there was benefits from it by being a great distance runner. But even through college, it was tough for me to be able to make that adjustment that I needed in my lifestyle. By changing the story and joining the Marine Corps, it did give me some things, such as, I put on 40 pounds. I put on 40 pounds. I was weighing 125 when I injured, and I graduated boot camp at 165. Put on muscle and strength. But the requirements for the Marine Corps is try to make 20 pull-ups in one shot, get all 100 sit-ups done in 2 minutes, and then do your 3-mile run. Try and do it at 18 minutes, but hey, just happy if we got past 28 minutes. It was right when I was retiring from the Marine Corps that I took another look at myself and saw that I wasn't the same person. I went from being that lean, mean Marine to being now the fat, skinny guy. And I did not like it. It made me feel terrible about myself. I did not like looking at the mirror. I didn't like going to the pool and taking off my shirt. I didn't like going to the beach. But when we moved to Georgia in retirement, my wife, who had been CrossFitting for so many years before me, introduced me to this gym. And this gym is what allowed me to be able to find a new identity, find a new group of people that I didn't know that I could be with. You see, in the Marine Corps, when I thought of CrossFit, I thought about the number of people that were injured because I could not get the funding to hire proper coaches. I knew that CrossFit was good when you had proper coaching. So when I was introduced to this gym, I found great coaching. I got great coaching, in fact. Even though the first workout was in my wheelhouse, in my strengths, it was the next day in which we started doing powerlifting moves. And those powerlifting moves helped me understand that the technique was more important than brute strength and power. And so I embraced being being in a group of people, not here right now, they've all left, but being part of a group of people that we were all trying to improve ourselves. We all wanted to be better. How do we encourage each other? That was one thing I loved about the CrossFit community, is the encouragement we have for each other. We're on the same journey. The competition can be there as a friendly competition, but it is to push each other to do better, not to be a zero-sum game. To be, if you do better, I'm going to do better. If I do better, you're going to do better mentality. So after a couple of years of doing this, I thought everything was good until I saw a picture of myself at a workout without my shirt. And I was still disappointed with my appearance. I was still not liking the way I looked. Finally took in my wife's advice, who's been bugging me for years about changing my diet. Now, changing your diet wasn't this whole radical new thing, as much as it was measure what you do now and let's figure out what we can tweak along the way. And to be honest, this change in diet wasn't this big, massive, miracle answer. It was small changes that could be sustainable for a lifetime. We took the calculator, we measured out how many calories I need to eat a day. So I burn 2,400 calories a day. I need to eat 2,400 calories. Then you figure out how much protein you have. I weigh 170 pounds, so I need 170 grams of protein a day. And when you change that, it really helps you prioritize what's important to you. So I found that wheat products had to be prioritized. I like beer, so that means I had to give up, I couldn't eat all the breads, I couldn't eat all the grains that I used to eat. I had to make a decision what was more important, for me to still have my beer, my one beer in the evening. And that is what started allowing these changes to be more positive. Now, I love taking my shirt off. Now, I like being out in public. Now, I love the compliments I get. And now, I'm happy with my new identity. You can too. It's not just what we think, say, or believe and not do anything about it. It's actually taking that chance, taking this small little changes, that 0.1% change for the better, and then doing another 0.1% change, and watching how your life just slowly but surely turns for the better. And then a year later, you really find how much happier you are with yourself, how much you're happier around other people, and just how much joy you find in life. They call me a landmine. Thank you for joining me. Help us bridge the military-civilian gap by, letting me know what we can talk about. What I can show you what's going on during my transition and from the Marine Corps to civilian life, that we can help understand each other and build a better society. If you've missed any of our previous videos, hey, check them out right over here. Some are funny, some are dumb. Mostly, they just make my wife cringe when she sees them. Love you all. Talk to you later.